Here's your WNEM TV5 News Update.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Meg McLeod. Here's a quick look at some of the stories we're following tonight. Black smoke filling the sky after this Saginaw Township home was extensively damaged by fire. The fire department says it broke out just before 3 this afternoon on West Stoker Street. No one was injured, but a neighboring home was damaged by the heat. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause. More money flowing into mid-Michigan to help reduce flood risks. The Army Corps of Engineers is getting more than $1 million to continue its Tittabawassee watershed flood risk management study. The study will investigate how flooding affects communities in Midland County and find potential solutions. Once that study is complete, a report will be released with suggestions, and that will be presented to Congress for funding consideration. Connecting our communities the non-motorized way. The Mott Foundation is granting more than $1 million to Genesee County to help expand 4 of its trail segments. Here's how that money right there on your screen is being divided up. More than $200,000 for Fenton's Silver Lake Road Trail. In Grand Blanc Township, the second phase of the Perry Road Trail will receive $270,000. The Embry-Cook Road Trail will get more than $300,000, and in Burton, the Iron Bell Trail Pathway will get $150,000. Now here's Chris with your first alert forecast.
Meg, temperatures tonight are expected to drop to the 50s around much of mid-Michigan, but I do think a few low 60s could sneak in there for tomorrow morning's commute. We'll have a southwesterly wind overnight, and that southwesterly wind may not die down completely, which tends to make us a little bit warmer in some locations compared to expectations than some of our data suggests. So don't be surprised if you're waking up on the mild side as we start our Tuesday. Temperatures are also expected to warm up into the middle 80s for the afternoon. May even see a few upper 80s sneak in there, but we're still battling wildfire smoke before we get there. So if you are trying to enjoy some of the warmth that's around tonight, just know that that could be a little difficult for those with breathing illness such as asthma. You might feel the stress a little bit more tonight and also as we go through tomorrow. As far as your forecast goes, when it comes to your sky tracker, there's not much cloud cover around, but some of the smoke makes it look like it. As we go through tonight, we expect mostly clear skies, and then as we go through Tuesday, likely more cloud cover filtering in once we get to the evening hours. This is 8:30 right here. You'll notice we still have some patches of sun, but more gray starting to move in. The rain largely holds off until Wednesday morning, and then it will make very slow progress around the region into the afternoon. Some of that rain could be heavy at times, and some of the thunderstorms could have the potential to bring some gusty winds. So we do have a marginal risk of severe weather in place on Wednesday. That is our lowest risk. So we're not expecting anything terribly widespread, but it's a risk nonetheless. We also have a risk for some flash flooding. Anywhere you see in green, there is a marginal risk or an isolated risk for some flash flooding potential. 7-day forecast does show we stay in the 70s much of this week. We'll have a chance for some showers on Friday, a few more as we end Sunday, and likely a better chance Monday of next week. Temperatures staying in the 70s much of the time, and a beautiful Saturday appears to be on the way again.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.